Before we continue, hit the subscribe button. Bright minds.
Communication in a complex, diverse world of today is a necessity given the nature of the constantly shift linguistic and demographical landscape. One can't deny the important role that communication plays. In Africa is home of diverse languages with a total population of about 1,500,000,000. This region holds 2,000 languages in its folds. As any languages emerge and old ones die out, exploring these languages is an interesting task on its own. There are 25 out of 54 countries where English is used daily for official and business use. Most of these countries where English is spoken are former British colonies except for Rwanda and Eritrea. Today we shall be taking a look at the 10 best English language speaking countries in Africa. Welcome back to Bright Minds, to get top trending culture and information. If you are new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, get comfortable as we discover. Number 10, Gambia. Gambia is a small West African country with a narrow Atlantic coastline. It's known for its diverse ecosystems around the central Gambia River. Abundant wildlife in its Kang West National Park and Balbolong Wetland Reserve includes monkeys, leopards, hippos, hyenas, and rare birds. Gambia is an English-speaking country with English being its official language. Remained a British colony in the past, and people here receive their education in English. Apart from English, Gambians also speak several other tribal languages. There are at least 10 languages spoken in Gambia, such as Wolof, Pular, Mandinka, Sign, Manjac, and Jolofoni. If you meet a Gambian, they will at least be bilingual, speaking English as well as a tribal language. Number 9, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a landlocked country in southern Africa known for its dramatic landscape and diverse wildlife, much of it within parks, reserves, and safari areas. On the Zambezi River, Zimbabwe is not far behind when it comes to listing down the English-speaking countries in Africa. With a population of 15.8 million, this country is the 9th best English-speaking country in the African continent. It might come as a surprise, but even though only 5% of the total population speaks English as a native language in Zimbabwe, almost 89% of the total population can speak it fluently. This number of speakers comes second only to Seychelles, 93%, among the African countries.
Inclusive of rocky NGOs.
In addition, English is the lingua franca of the country, while the main language is Shona, spoken by 70% of the population. Number 8, Rwanda. Rwanda, officially the Republic of Rwanda, is a landlocked country in the Great Rift Valley of Central Africa, where the African Great Lakes region and Southeast Africa converge. Rwanda, one of the smallest countries in Africa with a population of about 14 million, the country has only 0.2% of the population speaks English. It is the third official language in the country, after Kinyarwanda and Swahili. While English is the language of business correspondence, Kinyarwanda remains the most widely spoken and national language in the region. Number 7, Malawi. Malawi, a landlocked country in southeastern Africa, is defined by its topography of highlands split by the Great Rift Valley and enormous Lake Malawi. The lake's southern end falls within Lake Malawi National Park, sheltering diverse wildlife from colorful fish to baboons, and its clear waters are popular for diving and boating. Malawi has a population of 19 million. Although English is the official language of the country, only 26% of the population can speak it. Chichewa is the national language of Malawi and 57% of the population speaks it. Other prominent languages in the region include Chinyanja, Chiao, and Chitumbuka. Number 6, Zambia. Zambia, in southern Africa, is a landlocked country of rugged terrain and diverse wildlife, with many parks and safari areas. On its border with Zimbabwe is famed Victoria Falls. English is the official language of the country, housing a population of 20 million. Zambia has several indigenous languages, and almost all of them belong to the Bantu family of languages. For business and official correspondence in the region, people speak English in Zambia. Other than English, the main local language is Nyanja. Zambia has more than 70 different languages and dialects. Almost everyone can either speak or understand the English language, and those residing in urban parts can speak it fluently as well. Also, Botswana comes at number 6. The massive Central Kalahari Game Reserve, English is the official language of the country, despite more people speaking in Setswana. According to estimates, Botswana has a population of 1.5 million, out of which 2.8% speak English. It is the language of business and academic correspondence in the country, and is used in formal communication as well. Botswana has 31 living languages, which are all used by the local population. Number 5, Ghana. Ghana, officially the Republic of Ghana, is a country in West Africa. It abuts the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean to the south, sharing borders with Ivory Coast in the west, with a population of 33 million, but English remains the official language and the lingua franca is English. Approximately, people speak 11 languages in Ghana, but English remains the language of business and formal communication. English occupies the position of official language due to the colonialization by the British in the region. As a result, people speak English with a heavy tone of pidgin, which might confuse many visitors to the country. Despite this, English is still widely spoken in Ghana amongst other languages in the country. Number 4, Kenya. Kenya is a country in East Africa with coastline on the Indian Ocean. This East African nation ranks 4th in the list of best English-speaking countries in Africa. With a population of 55 million, this country houses 44 tribes, various ethnic groups, all of which speak their own languages. According to Ethnologue, there are a total of 68 languages spoken in Kenya. However, the official language of Kenya is English, and about 8.7 million people speak and understand English. This English-speaking feature of the country is due to the British rule in the country, which started around the late 1800s. As a result, the British left a lasting legacy behind them, along with a sizable English-speaking population. The English language is the medium of education in Kenyan schools. Although Swahili and English are the primary languages spoken in the region, there are various indigenous languages that have been around for ages. Number 3, Nigeria. Nigeria, an African country on the Gulf of Guinea, has many natural landmarks and wildlife reserves. One of the most recognizable sites is Zuma Rock. Nigeria is the third best English-speaking country in the African continent. The country boasts of 230 million population, out of which 79 million can speak English. This makes up about 53% of the total population. Nigerian English, more popularly known as Nigerian Standard English, is the language of politics and formal communication. English is the official language of Nigeria. Other languages that Nigerian people speak are Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Fula, and English Creole. Number 2, South Africa. South Africa is a country on the southernmost tip of the African continent, marked by several distinct ecosystems. The Western Cape offers beaches. This country ranks as the second best English-speaking country in the African continent. The country has 11 official languages, and people speak other languages in the region as well, including Afrikaans and isiZulu. About 4.8 million people in South Africa speak English as their first language, which makes up about 9.6% of the country's total population. Although English only accounts for the 6th most common language, it is the second most popular language outside the household. Number 1, Uganda. Its abundant wildlife includes chimpanzees as well as rare birds. Uganda comes at number 1 in the list of African countries where people speak the best English. This landlocked country has a diverse landscape and a population of 48 million, out of which approximately 20 million speak the English language. Gaining independence in 1962, this African country is multilingual and has 43 living languages. English became the official language of Uganda after its independence. Later, Swahili became the second official language of the region. Today, Luganda is the official language of Uganda, but many people still speak English.
Bright minds